Now, year to date, Sofi stock is down over 60%, which is one of the things that is making the retail investors to panic, especially those that invested into this stock when it was trading above $10 per stock. But one of the good things that I've been telling you about the Sofi technology stock is that insiders have been buying this stock like crazy, especially the CEO, who year to date has acquired over 630,000 shares of Sofi, which is one of the things that, of course, should definitely be a motivation to you to probably consider this slow trading price as an opportunity for you to continue acquiring more holdings, at least so that you bring your average purchase share price of Sofi Technologies down. But before we dig deep into the latest developments or latest sentiments around this Sofi technology stock, please consider hitting that like button if you do enjoy the content that I'll be giving you about Sofi technologies. And of course, if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Now, without a waste of time, as I've said, one of the good things that has been motivating, or that should be a motivation to the retail investor, is the fact that the Sofi CEO has been acquiring more of his own company, which is one of the things that, of course, it has to be always, or it's always taken as a bullish move. I mean, on the 13th of June, the Sofi CEO bought over 46,000 of Sofi, which is one of the things that is incredible because, like I said, year to date, this CEO has bought over 630,000 of Sofi, which is always supposed to be taken as a very good thing. Now, the good thing is that he's not the only one, like I said, buying, which is why I said insiders continue to buy, because one of the directors in Sofi on the 13th of June, which is the day that, of course, Noto, or the CEO of Sofi, bought over 46,000 of Sofi Technologies shares. One of the directors also acquired over 53,000 shares of Sofi on the very same day, which is again one of the good things that has to be taken as a very good bullish sign to say that it is a stock that we can expect it to do very well. And those of you that have been following me for some time, you know already as to why I just say, or I continue saying, this is a stock which is just set to do very well, because when you look at things like membership growth, they continue to see a big inflows of new membership coming into Sofi, which is one of the things that, of course, it is encouraging retail investors to continue loading the boat, because I personally think that the fact that we're seeing some massive inflows of new membership coming into Sofi, this just definitely means that even in terms of revenue, we are going to continue seeing the total revenues that Sofi generates per quarter increasing, because the more membership coming and wanting to use services is the more Sofi Technologies will generate revenue, which is one of the things that we all know that will get them closer and closer to become profitable, which is one of the things that, of course, you know by now that analysts are expecting Sofi Technologies to be profitable sometime in 2024. Now, one of the things that has been impacting the Sofi stock, you know that, of course, is the student loan repayment halt, which, of course, the Biden administration came out and extend it to end of August this year. This is one of the things that, of course, it is affecting or making the shares of Sofi to drop sharply. But we all know that Sofi, regardless of these student loan repayment halts, it is doing well in terms of revenue, or in terms of the revenue they generate, which is one of the good things that, of course, has to be well noted before, of course, you conclude not to invest into Sofi Technologies because of these student loan repayment halts. Sofi, regardless of the halts of student loan repayments, they are doing really well. Now, the second thing that, of course, it is also impacting Sofi Technology stock is the fact that President Biden is considering to give a 10,000, or to cut $10,000 off of all the people that are earning less than $150,000 annually, which is one of the things that, of course, yeah, it affects private lenders, including SoFi. But nonetheless, like I said, SoFi Technologies, it is one of the stock that continues to do very well in terms of the revenues that they generate, regardless of the student loan repayment holds. Now, another main thing that, of course, it is affecting SoFi Technologies stock is, of course, the interest rate hikes, which, of course, the Federal Reserve is coming almost every time they meet. They are increasing these the interest rates, which is one of the things that, of course, knowing that SoFi operates as a bank, it just definitely means that, of course, when the more the interest rates are increases, the more we are going to see consumers becoming hesitant to go out there to get a loan, because of course it is starting to become expensive for consumers to go to borrow money as interest rates are rising. I mean, just 2 days ago we saw the Federal Reserve increasing interest rates by 75 basis points, or 0.75%, which is the highest interest rate hike in the last 28 years. Now, of course, this is, or the Federal Reserve is doing this, trying to curb the high inflation that we are seeing, of course, in the US. I mean, last week, Friday, we saw that inflation continues to be really high in the US, which is why, or one of the main things that I personally believe made, of course, the Federal Reserve to come out, or coming out and increase the interest rates by 0.75%. But of course, something to be noted, we all know that these interest rates won't always be going up, or the Federal Reserve won't always come out and increase this interest rate. At some point, they will start decreasing interest rate. In fact, some analysts believe that from 2024, or in 2024, that's when we will see the Federal Reserve starting probably to decreasing interest rates, which is one of the things that, of course, will make stocks like SoFi to do really good, because the more interest rates, or the more we start seeing the Federal Reserve reducing or cutting interest rates, is the more we're going to see consumers again going to banks or big financial institutions, loaning money, buy houses, buy cars, which is always a good thing for companies like SoFi, because that's one of the ways which they generate money. So like I said in the beginning of this video, one of the things that should definitely motivate you to probably load the boat onto SoFi Technologies is the fact that we've been seeing the CEO of SoFi acquiring more and more of his own stock, which is one of the things that is always supposed to be taken as a bullish sign, to say that a stock will do very well, because the way he's doing it looks like, of course, obviously they know what SoFi will be doing, and the kind of future prospects that SoFi will be implementing in the next 2, 3, 5 years, which is one of the things that, of course, getting to know that he has been acquiring. I mean, this year alone he's acquired, or he has bought his own stock for 17 times, or we've seen him buying 17 times his own stock, which is one of the things that has to be taken as a bullish sign, because like I said, or like I'm saying, he knows way more about SoFi, more than the retail investors and the big financial institutions, and it has to be taken as a good signal that will make us retail investors to also probably load the boat onto SoFi Technology stock. I mean, to date, the CEO of SoFi owns around 3.51 million of SoFi Technology stock, whereas the director that just bought over 53,000 SoFi Technology stock just recently owned over 283,000 of SoFi Technology stock. These are some of the good news that should motivate you to probably continue loading the boat onto SoFi Technology stock. And yes, I know that very soon, or in July, there will be a meeting where SoFi will be discussing the stock reversal split, which of course some or most of the SoFi investors really want to see what are the developments, or the full developments or detailed developments about that, as to why is SoFi doing that, all those kind of things. There are some retail investors that are still asking themselves that question. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I'd just give you this quick updates relating to SoFi Technology stock. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell, so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. But like I always say, before you load the boat, or before you start buying this SoFi Technology stock, please do make sure that you do your own due diligence, so that at least you can be comfortable when you are investing into this stock. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you.